Okay. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are across the globe. Welcome to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin. Well, I've got to first and foremost say that there may be a little background noise today because I am out. I was invited out to an event. I didn't quite know what to expect though, but it's been an incredible day. It's almost like a performance day. It's in someone's garden. I'm in Gillingham, and it's just a celebration. People come together. There's been food, kids are around, and there are performances. I was dragged up to talk about my magazine, and also I gave a little bit of an inspirational talk, and there are performances, music by artists, and then in the background there's a DJ playing tracks. So I do apologize if you can hear any background noise today, but it's all good. As they say in the industry, the show must go on. Well, welcome everyone. Hola. Who have I got on the show with me today? Well, I have three incredible artists again, because people who come on my show are always incredible, aren't they? First and foremost, coming up, I've got Mary Cross. Now, Mary Cross, I discovered her because John the Bossman Hall sent me a video of, I think it's the Tri-State 2021 Awards, because he was performing in that. So he sent me a video to watch. But then, as I was scrolling through the video, I came across this lady, and I'm like, you what? Wow. She's got such a powerful voice. And we spoke. I called her literally, I think it was the same evening, because I'm like that. If I see an opportunity, I'm going after it right there and then. And I called her and I said, I would love to interview you on my show. And we had the most amazing conversation. She's a rich woman, and her voice is the same. And a lot of people equate her to Phyllis Hyman. So I've got her coming up on the first half of the show. And then in the middle part of the show, I've got a Nigerian artist called Dark Eye. And Dark Eye does different genres of music. But tonight I will be touching on some of his Afro beats. So tonight we've got a little bit of soul, a little bit of R&B, and some Afro beats thrown in the mix, as well as some dance music. And the last part of the show, I will be talking to Inaya Day, the legendary Inaya Day. She's been around forever. And so she's going to be talking about her latest track, Feeling. It actually came out in June, on the 25th of June. But as they say, better late than never. So a fantastic lineup for you this week. So without further ado, I'm going to just play a couple of videos for you, and play a track by Mary Cross, and I will see you on the other side. But somehow, trust me, I got next. Call me when you somehow, trust me, I got next. Call me when you want it, lady. Headlines don't try and hide your swell, and I can't afford to be without you, babe. So you can love me, babe. Okay, so as I said, I've got Mary Cross coming up for you, and I'm now going to play this track by her. And you can see when people say that she reminds them of Phyllis Hyman. She has an incredibly powerful voice, and as you also notice by the way she dresses, she really is a fashionista. So looking forward to talking to Mary Cross very soon. Thank you for joining me on the sofa with Esther on a really, really fantastic, I must say, I've had a good time today. Fantastic Sunday evening.
It may be heavenly, it may be bliss. You can shoot for the stars and still leave, but there's something in the air. 'Cause we both know, we both know, we both know. In love, there's a reason. I know you've been hurt before, and I have too. But there's something about the way this feels, and the answer may be anticipating this new romance, but at the same time I'm hesitating. Should we take this chance? One of us wanna fall in love again, contemplating if we can be more than friends. We both know, we both know, we both know. In love, there's a reason. In love, there's a reason. It's time that I face my fears. Let go of the past. This time I'm gonna do my best to find true happiness. Neither one of us wanna fall in love again, contemplating if we could be more than friends. 'Cause we both know, we both know, we both know. In love, there's a reason. Communication will help to keep us strong. Let's give it all we got and find the strength to carry on. We both know, we both know, we both know, we both know, we both know. In love there's a in love there's a risk. It's time that I face my fears. Let go of the past. 'Cause I know you've been hurt before, yeah. And I have too, yeah. But neither one of us, neither one of us, neither one of us wanna fall in love again.
Okay. Wasn't that a powerful, powerful track? And it's called In Love, There's a Risk by Mary Cross. Mary, she had come on a little early, about 10 to 8. So I said, give me about 10 or 15 minutes. So she'll be on shortly. And as I said, she is not just an incredible performer, singer, but also she's an incredible person. As I said, when I called her last week, when I discovered her, I've only discovered her last week. Um, we had a really deep conversation about life, and even her reference, she drew reference to Phyllis Hyman and a message that's coming through her about Phyllis Hyman, to her fans. So I'm really looking forward to talking to this lady tonight. So let's just have some general chit chat until she comes on. um, Today I was put in a position to stand up in front of quite a large crowd of people to talk. Not that I don't know how to do that, but it was just really interesting that when you're valued, for what you do, when you get to a place in your life where you've achieved, and you're being recognized, because when I go places now, people recognize me, because of my magazine and because of being a presenter. And that's why I would encourage each and every one of you to follow the dream. It's not easy, and as you're gonna hear from Mary shortly, it's not easy. But you know what? The blessings come when you do something that you love, do something that you enjoy, do something that puts a smile on your face. And trust me, I've had an intense week. I have been tired. I got up this morning, I was tired, and yet I got my mind to a certain place. I still worked out, took the dog for a run, showed up, had a bit of a headache, but here I am. Because look, I'm going to be talking to three beautiful people tonight, and I've had an incredible time with the people out there. Like I said, I apologize if you can hear some of the background music, but it's all good. Mary, woohoo!
How are you?
I'm like, you know what, girlfriend, you better show up. I mean, it was a bit early.
Oh, I couldn't help being early. I was excited to talk to you today, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to sit with you and have a conversation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's do a formal introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, on the sofa with me today is the lovely, I gotta say, fashionista. I love my fashion as well. Notice. um, Songwriter, singer, performance artist, Mary Cross. So we've got some people in the comment room. Ron, thank you, Ron Ledford, for joining us as always and supporting.
Hi, Ron.
There's Nikki Williams. Let's just post them up. Nikki Williams, same very powerful track. They've also put Hi Queen. Let's put up the comments.
Oh,
There,
thanks,
so
God.
we've got some of your people in the studio, supporting you, and Gwendolyn Collins. Hello to everyone.
Hi, Gwenny. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm sure others will funnel in as the day as the interview goes on. So,
Absolutely. Well, I feel so privileged to talk to you. And I go on people's feelings and vibrations and all that, and how I feel and sense them. And like I was saying to everyone, I only met you last week, literally. I discovered you last week because it was John the Boss Man Hall that sent me a clip of the 2021 Tri-State Awards, if I got that
yes,
right.
that's right.
And he sent it to me to show his performance. And as I was scrolling through, I was like,
Mhm.
I had to double back. I'm like, whoa, I love the hat and everything. And then you opened your mouth. I'm
Oh.
like, whoa.
Thank you. Oh, I am always so honored when people hear something, and are grateful for just my interpretation in song. And I'm humbled. That's all I can say because I don't take any credit for it. God gave it to me, and I just want to give the gift to people. This my way of conversating with them or expressing my the depth of what I feel within myself to them. And I just love people, and I hope that whatever or in any interpretation that I give, I hope that they really do sense what it is I'm trying to say or convey to them.
Thank you. And before we go any further, Mary, I want to ask, and I always ask my guests this rather laborious question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Uh-huh.
Who is Mary in a nutshell, a peanut shell, or a coconut shell?
Well, I'll do my best. I'm just someone who loves life, and I love people, and I love to sing, and I love music. So I'd say that all things encompassed. If it wasn't for music, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have such an interest in a connection with people. So I'd say
Mm,
that it has to do with just life. Life is music, and music is love, and all those things intertwined together make up the person that I am. I don't take credit for any of it. I just know that I appreciate the gift of life and being here today, and having the opportunity to share my gift with other people. So it's just about love, light, and life. Just all those things encompassed in one with music.
absolutely. And it's interesting because you keep saying I don't take credit for it. But I think, I've had this conversation so many times with different people, and it's all about interpretation. But I feel you should do, and this is just my take, it doesn't have to be right, because, it's a God given gift. But then
Mhm.
if you hadn't been obedient to that calling, you wouldn't be in that place to deliver. So, and taking credit doesn't have to be from the ego, when the ego's like, this is me. But you're
Yeah.
just taking credit from a place of honoring. You've chosen to listen to that call that God has given you about your gift, and then
Mhm.
you've chosen to share your gift with everyone. So that
Yeah.
in itself, I'm going to credit you with it, whether you want to say it or not. I'm crediting you with it.
I
Um,
thank you so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you, thank you.
it. Give you all the credit on that one. I appreciate that. I do. That's a nice way of looking at it. So I do indeed receive that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And so, Mary, you've got such a powerful delivery. And obviously, that's something you can tell that you were singing from the soul.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the track that I've just played before you came on. What's the name of it now? I've got it here. I got it here. I played In Love, There's a Risk. Thank heavens for mobile phones.
Yes. Yes.
Google.com, Google.
I know. Thank God for Google. But yeah, so In Love There's a Risk was a song that Donald Robinson, my producer, had written for me because I begged him, because my fan base kept begging me to put out material that I had actually written myself rather than stuff that were cover songs. And I wasn't really looking to do that. So with him, he came up with the song and the idea, and we got in the studio. He produced it, and I just, the words were just beautiful words, and it was so easy to just sing it. I don't know. I just say that deep cries out to deep. So when I was singing it, whatever came out on the end result, I wasn't even aware of it was it that intense, to be honest with you. I really wasn't.
But I would say that's divinely inspired, Mary, because when you're divinely inspired and when you step out of the way, and sometimes there's that saying, let go and let God.
Yes.
And when you step out of the way, but also when you're speaking from that place of integrity, but also sometimes vulnerability, it's incredible what you allow to flow through you. And that's what I'm feeling from you. It's almost like just use me, man. Just use me.
Right. Ultimate. if God could just use me for the days that I have left on this earth, if I can make an impact, a positive impact, to make a difference in someone's life. The quote that I pen, that I constantly say to people, is also my prayer, which is that every space that we occupy would be better off simply because we passed through. If you don't make a difference in somebody's life and in the space and time that you're in, then what's the point? You know.
Wow, that is powerful, because a lot of people don't actually realize that they do have a purpose. It doesn't have to be huge like anyone. I said you can sit and swat flies all day if that's your purpose, and swat
Exactly.
flies and enjoy it. Um,
For sure. For sure.
you know and sometimes what holds people back are so many different things, whether that's fear, whether that's how they perceive themselves, how they see themselves, and sometimes who you're surrounded by. um
Mm-hmm.
but when you discover who you are and what your purpose is, then people can have the greatest delivery like what you do.
It's
So
true.
let's take you back a bit, Mary. Let's take you back a bit. Just tell us a little bit about when you first felt that inspiration of song burst through you.
Oh, for inspire, there's a in love, there's a risk in
Yeah,
particular. Yeah, I think that when you listen to words like that and you think about love, you take a risk in anything you do in your whole life. And in love, loving people, loving siblings, loving your children, loving coworkers, loving the person that is your significant other, whoever or on whatever level that is, it really does make a difference when you really understand the depth of that and how intense it can be, and both parties coming together. So for me, because it affects all the entire world of all people, because we people need each other,
absolutely.
it just makes a difference to understand that it's more than just a fly by night kind of relationship or a romance or whatever kind of nonsense people call themselves getting intertwined in. You have to understand that there are things and ramifications and good and bad that can come out of that when you get together, and
Absolutely.
it's a risky situation when you choose to do that.
Absolutely. But it's good that you've got the choice. And, I remember someone said to me, because I'm a Sagittarian, they said, you love deeply and you will hurt deeply.
Mhm.
But for me, if I'm going to go into something with someone, it's an honoring. I keep talking about using this word honor. I don't
Mhm.
think people understand that. It's almost like, for me, I mean, there's different types of relationships, and there's different types of relationships that we can choose to go in. But if I choose to go into something, I'm going to honor the person that I'm standing by. I'm going to
Yes.
give it at least 85%, at least 85, 90%. Why not?
Yes.
Um, and it goes back to what you're saying, that's me choosing to take a risk, because this is another human being that I'm choosing to be with at this moment in time. So why would I not want to honor them and
Right.
grace with integrity
Mhm. Mhm.
and
And give your
love?
very best. Yep. It's so true. And why not? And why not? And I think that's the same thing when you think about your kids, when you think about people that you decided to be in a relationship with. You can't, any kind of relationship you're going to have with people, you are going to take a risk, because you find all the time, man, that was so regretful when I think back on why I even gave my attention and time to that individual, or thought this person was in my corner or whatever. So
Mm.
love is really intense, but it also is just as significant when you think about other relationships that we develop over our lifetimes, and regrets that we might have for choosing, decisions that we make. So it's tough. It's so tough.
Mm.
It's tough.
And your message, your music is definitely about love, because that's coming out in everything that you're saying.
Mhm.
So who have been some of your sharers and heroes who've influenced you in the music industry? I know Phyllis Hyman is
Yeah,
somebody who people I don't, we got to have this conversation.
sure.
I had to bring it around to this. I mean, but first and foremost, if you can just mention some others who've inspired you, and then we're going to come to Phyllis Hyman, because that particular aspect of the conversation was so powerful, and I'd like to just continue that.
No, so Nina Simone, Gregory Porter,
Mm,
Olita Adams, Nancy Wilson. I mean, these are people that I really, really loved and enjoyed their music. I mean, I love a lot of artists. I mean, a whole lot of artists from different genres, like Stephen Bishop. It's Natalie Cole. It's a lot of them, and Anita Baker, and the list goes on.
oh
But it's so
yes.
hard to just put them all into a box, because it depends on what the song is and how it affects me and how I, connect with it. And that's one of the reasons why when I started my band, I had a desire to sing certain types of music that wasn't what I'd hear. I'd hear a lot of stuff that was the fly by night. Everybody's singing the same stuff. Bands pick quick songs that they can learn in some cases. And I didn't want to do the most popular songs. I want to do songs that really they meant something to me and connected to me. And I know other people loved them too when I grew up. So that's
Mm.
kind of like how I ended up in that spot of doing the band. It was just because of that, really. That was the selfish reason, I must say.
Okay. Well, look, we've just had a request from Martina Grant, and she says, Mary Songstress, can you share some of your songs in a cappella for us? I mean, do you
I'm gonna kill her. Oh my god. That is one of my backup singers, and she is the doll baby. And this interview is Esther's Martina, not
No, no, no.
yours.
I'm quite liking her. No, you leave her alone. You leave her alone. I'm quite liking this, Martina. Martina, I totally agree with you. Sorry, we're going to put you on the spot, Mary, but because your voice is so powerful, we're going to come to Phyllis Hyman at some stage throughout the afternoon because I've got a little extra time for you. So if you could,
Oh my god, I love it. Oh gosh. Um, so I could do. Let me just sing a little bit of "Old Friend," I guess. A million times or more I thought about you. Years, the tears, the laughter, things we used to do. Our memories that won't be like a sunny day. You've touched my life in such a special way. Oh, friends, it's so nice to feel you hold me again. Oh, it doesn't matter where you have been. Welcome into my life again.
woo! Come on, everybody. Come on. I need some claps. I need some hearts. Come on, send through your hearts. Come on. Wow, wow. Standing ovation says Ron
Oh,
Ledford. Thank you
thank
so much,
you.
Ron.
Thank you. I love Ron. He's so supportive. He's so great. He has an Anita Baker page. He's also I think he's managing Beth, the
Beth, that's right.
songstress, so fabulous. So I absolutely love him and her beyond words, but I won't take away from that. But hi, Ron.
Absolutely. And also there's Anthony D. Walker in the house. He represents, he's the manager for Diane Mathis, and he's so incredibly supportive as well. So thank you all for this, and thank you for the honoring of this lady. Now, as I said before, gentlemen, ladies and gents, if there's a bit of background noise, I do apologize. I'm actually at an event today, and they had said they've got a studio for me, but I didn't realize the studio was literally down by the, got the sound system.
That's hilarious.
Because they said they would set me up in the studio. The sound system is right outside. So if you see me doing this, that's the sound system.
Hey, wait, what did they say, Esther? And the show must go on. I love it. No one would have known that if you didn't say it. That is hilarious. My God, I love it.
So I'm really trying to keep focused on my
Right,
conversation. I can hear the music outside. I'm trying not to do this.
right, exactly.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, that's great. That's so great.
Okay. Right. There's another lady that Whittington Still.
Whittington Still's another
Whittington.
great artist. She's amazing. Oh
Oh
my
yes.
gosh.
I've interviewed her and I've listened
Oh,
to. I mean, I listened to her stuff and I was like, whoa,
yes.
very deep, very
She's
rich.
amazing. Yes, very rich. That's a perfect word. And her voice. Oh my gosh. I love her voice. Even when she
Singles.
speaks, I'm like, oh my God. I could listen to her all night long, tell you the truth. Talk to me, whatever. Come on, put me to sleep. Come on, Whittington. Queen Whittington. She knows I love her so, golly.
Oh, so Mary, now let's go into this conversation we had started before about Phyllis Hyman,
Mhm,
and not only what she means to you as an artist, but
mhm,
also what people see through you,
mhm.
or experience her through you when they've when you've performed, or even if they meet you on the street, there's something
Yeah.
that they've been drawn to with you. Can you just share that? Because, like I said, it was a very powerful conversation that we had last week around this.
Yeah, it was amazing. So when I was a kid, I had a very bad childhood. So my escape was always music, like singing to myself and stuff. And so one day I saw a Jet magazine, and then on the cover was Phyllis Hyman. So from that and listening to a little transistor radio that I sometimes had, I would listen to the radio and I heard a song and I put that with the picture of her that I saw on the cover of Jet. And I thought, wow. So she became like the first Shiro I ever knew of that was an African American woman who looked statuesque, beautiful, had a great voice. And I didn't know I could sing. So my friends used to tease me and say, I would mimic Captain and Tennille, say, love will keep us together. And they say, oh my God, you can sing. I say, no, I'm just mimicking. And they'd say, no, I think you got a voice. So it wasn't like I was trying to do anything else with the voice. It just was there. So I went to church and that's how I started this whole church thing. So getting back to the Phyllis thing, whenever I would sing or perform somewhere, every now and again I'd do a Phyllis Hyman song and people really related to that. So I noticed that folks would come up to me and always have a story. Even when I did my video, there was an actor who was hired, and he said to me, "I got to tell you something." I was thinking it was something important, right? He comes up and says, "Yeah, let me tell you. I met Phyllis Hyman in Philly. I was at the Miriam Theater or something. It was telling me she was coming out of a room or something." And I was like, "Oh." And then I noticed it was happening a lot. Like whenever I perform somewhere or some kind way or another, they try and put two and two together. Like she has tonalities like Phyllis. They would tell me stories about her. So when I was at the Town Festival and I actually did the Phyllis Hyman tribute, when I got off stage, there was a couple of gentlemen who would stop me at the end and they said, one said that Phyllis was in rehab. And when she was in rehab, she never got to finish her program out because they kept giving her stuff for, they just didn't allow her to be not Phyllis, non-celebrity status. They also wanted to score and coddle her. So, another person told me they were a bodyguard for her. But the beautiful thing is that every person has a story. When they tell stories about having gone and how many shows they attended, what she was like on the street when they met her, she was just larger than life. But she was always so humble and so kind, always had time for people. So it was like really interesting. At first, I used to be like a little frustrated, like, why are you telling me the story? But then I realized that I embraced it and understood that it's bigger than me. It's larger than that. It's like when a responsibility that you have when somebody feels that they want to tell you something, a memory that they have, and that connection of music, it just proves all the more of how important music is to our lives. You can hear bars of a song and go right back to that moment in time when you were engulfed in that song and it was out, it was a part of your life. So it never leaves you. And with her and such a tragic ending to her life, I think the other part of it is that a lot of people never got closure to the fact that she left the earth so. And I know a lot of people didn't know she had a problem, or
and how she left the earth as well, isn't it? How? Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. And Misha Segal is an Israeli composer. And he had sent me a couple of songs of hers. And he said he was hoping he would get closure from the loss because she was a very good friend of his. He sent me a picture of him and her together. And he said that, he was still angry with her for, her taking her life. Because again, people didn't know. It was a stigma. And you think about Phyllis was larger than life. She was a stylista. She was all things beautiful. And she was a boss. Because she had a lot of things that she was doing from command performance, doing voiceovers. She did a lot of commercials. She was amazing. And for a season in time, people weren't really ready for that. They weren't really ready for that, a woman in that kind of a powerful position. But the thing is, beyond all those things, that I hope and pray, and my desire is that whenever any of us perform her music, that people understand that we're not doing it to imitate or emulate or duplicate. It's more so just to pay homage to her music and to make sure that people still know that she is still with us in some way, shape, or form. The gift of her music is still being discovered by people who've never met her, who never got to see a concert. I never got to see her in concert. I didn't have the money, and I was a kid. And when I was growing up, I just didn't have it like that. So it was a tough situation for me, but I still can hold on to the, YouTube has a lot of video footage and things of that nature. So we have those things that we can go to. But it's just a blessing and an honor to be able to do that. Whittington Stills, another one, has an amazing voice that has a lot of tonalities like Phyllis and color.
Yes,
we honor God. We honor the gift that he gave us and just the ability to be able to go out and share that with people. It's beyond anything I've ever seen. It's amazing. It's just an honor, really. And that's why I'm so humbled by just being able to share. It's so wonderful.
Fantastic. Well, we've just had a question from Ron, and then afterwards, we're going to go over and play Promise.
Oh, nice, my
Promise.
favorite.
So, before we go over to Promise, can you answer this question by Ron? Mary, what is your favorite Phyllis song?
I can absolutely tell you what that is. It's called "But I Love You," and it was written by Misha Segal and his partner. The two of them had written it, and they wrote it for another artist. And then Phyllis redid the song. And when I initially had reached out to him, it was because I asked him, would he grant me his blessing to redo the song? And then, of course, he said yes, and it sent me the material. But it's called "But I Love You," Ron, and I absolutely adore that song. And I've never covered it at my show yet, but I plan to at one of my future shows. It's a beautiful.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Well, ladies and gents, on the sofa with me today is the, I would say the delightful. I would say delicious. I'm not being, but because of just the way you dress, your giggle, your music, everything, just everything, everything. It's like we
Oh,
put you in
thank
this little basket, and everything's so cuddly,
you.
wuddly.
Great, great.
But I like your grace and your honesty. And then when we come back, also we're going to talk also about your style, because you call yourself a fashionista,
Yes.
and for me, fashion is it's not a trend, it's an individual thing, it's a soul expression. So when we come back, ladies and gents, we're going to talk to Mary about that. But in the meantime, we're going to go over to your other track called Promise.
I don't wanna walk this road alone, and I always wanna be called your own. Say you'll stay with me a little while. Promise that you'll love me, always thinking of me. Silver linings, dreams, roses and wine. We can live way up high on cloud nine. I will never ever bring you down. I'll promise that I love you, always thinking of you. Father, help us to be whatever it is we need. Plant the seed for this journey of life, and with our promise, love will stay through the tears, heartache, and pain. And the storms, dark clouds becoming sun rays. Just wait. So let's travel this road hand in hand. We will be forever best of friends. Together we will ride the tides of life. Promise to be faithful, promise to be grateful, promise that you'll love me, always thinking of me.
Okay. Wow. Are you still there?
Yes.
That was.
Yeah.
Where have we gone? Where have we gone? Oh, can't see us.
I can't see anybody.
I can't see anybody either. What's happening?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
there we are.
There we are.
Now.
Now, because I am a stylist, most people would question, where's Mary's hat? And so I decided to put one on specifically for just a
Oh,
moment to
love it.
honor my attire.
Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Is that the hat that you wore in your first video?
No, no, no. That's a velvet hat, and it would have been extremely hot for me to put that on today. So this straw hat does just fine with this halter dress. Yes, indeed.
Oh my days. Was it Anthony P? Anthony D. Walker says she sounds so much like Phyllis. Thank you, Anthony.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
and you know, I just love the way that how you embrace Phyllis. You understand her. You understood her journey, and
Mhm.
yet there's a sense of you own who you are
Yeah.
within your own space, but you're still honoring her. And it's almost like there isn't that crossover, even though there's a togetherness. I know that might sound a bit sort of complicated, but I think you know what I mean.
I do, kind of. I do. I think that having had such a bad childhood, it opened me up to a lot of things, and I made a decision that I wasn't going to be like the person that abused me, but I also wanted to make sure that the sensitivity levels, like people often ask me, would I change anything? And I say no, because I think that that makes me more sensitive to people. I'm drawn to the person furthest away from in the room of crowded people who may not be talking to anyone. So like those kind of things
Yes,
really make a difference to me. I really love people, and I love to be able to connect with them. So I wouldn't, when I look at music and I look at the way I sound when I sing and stuff, I feel for Phyllis because I didn't know her, but her story of the sadness and the depression and the loneliness and the yearning to have somebody really see her without
yes,
looking at her for the exterior part, but really loving her and connecting with her on another level, that wasn't there. And then we all know that people that get into addiction and stuff, a lot of times it's because you're looking for that escape,
yeah,
whatever that feeling
yeah,
gives you. You're numb to all the other things you have to deal with in everyday life, like going to work and the pains that come with whatever, the woes and all the ups and downs, a lot of ebbs and flows people don't want to really deal with on a regular, and sometimes they get caught up in those situations. So I'm not saying anything in regard to that, because I know it's a tough journey for anybody that's ever dealt with any kind of addiction, but I'm saying that the pain part of it, I chose that I wasn't going to be like the mother that raised me, my foster mom. I wasn't going to be
yeah.
mean and abusive to my kids, and I wasn't going to do things that would not allow them to flourish and to grow as human beings, into great human beings. So it was important to me to that whatever that connection was that I have to people who have gone through that. It's so genuine. I promise you, it is so genuine, and that's one of the reasons why when with the song Promise, the songs that I create are songs that are based off of what I actually feel like. It has to have a meaning to it. Like
Mm,
I don't want to just sing songs. I really want to make sure that I connect with them, and it makes a difference to the listener because it makes a difference to me. I am proud of every song that I've created thus far. You Can Change It was the one that we did for the presidential Biden and Kamala for the election that was going on last year. And it was great that Donald and I changed the words around so that it was something that could empower people, make them excited about going out to vote. So that even had meaning. But everything I do, I really want, it's like you're leaving a legacy. You want to make sure that whatever you're leaving behind, that people will feel it's timeless and it's something they want to hear and they want to listen to again. And I'm so proud of the material. I don't have much material out, but the material I do have out, I'm very proud of, because people do say that. They say your music's timeless. I can listen to it at any given
yes, it
time.
is.
I listen to it 20 years from now and still say, oh, that's a great song. That matters to me. That matters to me. And I'm not saying taking anything away from anybody else. I love a lot of music out here by artists of today and yesteryear. But for me, my personal journey, I think I'm very sensitive, and I'm sensitive to what I want to give, and I want to give my best, but I want it to make sense and to have some meaning that I'm leaving for whoever it is that's listening to it, be it long after I'm gone. And that's a powerful gift to be able to say that your music lives on long after you're not here anymore. I think it's
Absolutely. And even as you're talking, Mary, what I'm getting the essence of, how you see your music and yourself as that conduit, but also the style, the fashionista, it all
Mhm.
goes with the longevity of your music, the legacy. And when I see you, I mean, even the last track, the cover for Promise,
Oh
I'm like,
yes.
oh my gosh, girlfriend, she's got it going. But because also it is, each to their own, but
Yeah,
it's when you add class to it, and why not?
right.
Why not, man? When
Yeah.
you add class to the essence of who you are, and then the music, it's just one package. And for me, I'm old school. I like to sit back and I like niceness. So when someone's, I like niceness, not taken
Hmm.
away from anybody else, because
No,
there's
no,
lots of
no.
other artists,
Of
but
course.
there's the hat, the everything. And
Hmm.
Nikki Williams is saying, yes, quality music, very timeless, and that's what the look is about. It's about
Yeah.
timeless, but
Hmm.
also you talk about your formative years and the abuse you suffered,
Hmm.
and how you've managed to evolve that into something that you're now in a place where you are honoring you,
Hmm.
and through that message you're also saying to others, whatever you've been through, you too can stand in this place or
Yes,
a similar
exactly.
place.
Exactly, exactly. That is so important to me above all things, that people know that you can come out of it, you can get through it. You will, it's not easy, it's turbulent. You go up and down and you deal with a lot of emotions that go with that thing, but you have to be determined and strength wise in your mind. You've got to just say, I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to deal with that. I'm not going to become that. Because the most wonderful thing is
Yes.
to make the decision and the choice to be who you are. You define who you are, no one else. I said that when I raised my kids, I was going to be the matriarch, the one who started my family. It's like you started, like Noah's Ark. You're the one who makes the difference in their lives and sets them on a path of whatever you're destined to become or whatever they're going to become. And you want to do that, and you take responsibility for that in and of itself.
Yeah.
For me, that matters. And I love people, though, and I know what it's like to see it from the side of someone who's been depressed or rejected. Imagine being a foster kid and rejected by whoever your birth mother was, and not knowing the reason why, and having the gift last year to find my birth mother. I actually met her, and we have a relationship now. So, and I
Mm,
know the story behind why I was given up. So it brings things full circle. And I said, "Boy, God has a sense of humor for sure." Because I had no idea, was not even looking for anybody. I just actually did my DNA test for my kids would have a history of who, what my medical history was. And,
mm,
a 6-time removed cousin, and he helped me, and we found her. I mean, and she was
excellent.
willing to meet me. So it's been interesting. I mean, so when you go through all those kind of emotions, they are valid, they're genuine. Everybody needs to know that no one can tell you that what you feel is not a real feeling, and it's not validated. It is. It really is. And you need to find people that love and support you. And that's sometimes challenging to do, because at the end of the day, a lot of people have their own lives and they have stuff to go back to. That's why you
Yeah,
have to
stuff going
strengthen
on.
yourself. You've got to develop some strength to be willing to go the long distance, the miles that it takes to get to where you're trying to go. And look, I always tell my band this. I say, I don't know where we're going. This is what I said in the beginning. I said, listen, I don't know where we're going. I don't know
Mm,
what's going to happen, but I'm going to tell you this. If you stick with me, wherever we go, we'll go together. And they have been the most supportive group of people, loving on me and just believing in the vision. You got to have a vision. So if you have a vision, you can do amazing things, and you need a team. Now,
absolutely.
I'll tell you one thing. You got to make sure that if you got to get rid of people, you got to do what you got to do. Sometimes you're going to have to purge the list. You know what I mean? But if you don't do that, it puts you in a place where you'll have a lot of cancerous situations and drama and nonsense and stuff you don't want to deal with. So this is like a perfect opportunity for people to know that you can go and you can grow, but you cannot stay the same. And
There we
sometimes you
go.
have to make tough decisions for sure.
I love that you can go and grow, and it's funny because that's the same conversation that I had today with someone, because I was drawn into to give us a speech earlier, because like I said, I'm out, and it's the
Mhm.
same thing. And I said, you've got to let go, and sometimes you've got to walk that road on your own, because that's
Yep,
your vision, that's your purpose. And
exactly.
if someone's going to walk by you, if they're going to walk by you, then walk strong with integrity, because this thing, honoring integrity, because
Ooh,
I keep saying, if God, the universe, sometimes, everybody has a different name, but if God of the universe has a purpose for you and is
yeah,
taking you back, why would you want to step on somebody else? Why
I know.
would you want
There's
to
no
ride on somebody
sense.
else's back? That means
Yeah,
you're not trusting your source, you're not trusting God,
right.
because he's laid out
Exactly.
that path. You want to step on somebody else, and everybody wants to be, wants to be seen. But it's,
Yeah.
just
Yep.
when you're out of your ego, you're walking in purpose. You will be
Woo.
seen. You will
Exactly.
be
That
seen.
is so perfectly said. When you're walking out of ego, you walk, oh my God, that's so perfectly said. And that's really what it's about. And for me, all the more why I have to, I can't take any credit for anything. I swear to you, Esther, I just am so grateful. If somebody said, Mary, go sing over there with some brown paper bags, I'd be like, all right, let me go on over there. It's never the first thing I'm thinking about of self. I always think of how I can make
Yeah,
a difference. And that's one of the reasons we were honored with the Tri-State Award, is because of my work, the work that we do with Educate Africa and the Idea Center of Performing Arts for Kids. We give back a lot. We support those kind of functions, the band and I. So I was honored that they would even consider, giving us an award for that, acknowledging us in that way. But it's all genuine. I mean, everything you do can't be for money. Everything you do can't be about self. You have to really think about
absolutely.
why you're doing it. God gave you the gift. So what are you going to do? You got to be able to give that out to people. Everything's not about money. It's not. And I really love people. My audience. Oh my gosh, when I get to perform with that man, I've done 3-hour shows for $10. $10. And my mother from the church was like, "Don't you ever do a show for $10 and sing for 3 hours and get a 15-minute break." I was like, "Oh no."
But it's also, in the midst of that, I get that. I mean, this is that balance, because in the midst of that, also, it is about honoring your gift and your time as well. Because
Mhm.
also, sometimes I think sometimes it's nice to give, but sometimes we can also disempower others by them not understanding the value of stuff.
Yeah,
Value what this is
that's
about,
true.
value who I am, and
Very
then
true.
you value you. So then it's all about value and understanding that you can receive that abundance.
Yeah.
You can.
Hmm.
So, but I can also know where you're coming from with that open heart to
Hmm.
give. But
Yeah.
there's also that saying, with your glasses, is your glass half empty or half full? And your
Half
glass has
full.
always got to be half full, so that you
Yes.
can look after yourself. Because when you're
Hmm.
honoring yourself, you're
Hmm.
also teaching others to honor themselves. And then the magic, there's so much magic that happens from that. It's just
Hmm.
expansive.
Yes.
Um,
It's so
and
true. That is
Nikki
so, oh
Williams.
my God.
Right, Nikki Williams. Thank you, Nikki. You're so amazing, Queen. Beautiful inside and out.
Oh,
God
thank
bless you.
you,
Thank
Nikki.
you, Nikki. Right, another
Appreciate
message from. I'm on a high today. Must be the music. I'm trying to.
it.
I'm listening.
I'm on that. I was like, I can't wait to talk to Esther. Woo!
So I'm talking to you. I'm trying to black the music out. I'm trying to keep still, and I'm loving the conversation because it's empowering, it's energetic, and for anyone, really, for anyone who has a dream, who's sitting on the sideline, who may be scared. And don't get it wrong. I'm sure Mary's been scared. I've been scared
Oh,
as well sometimes
absolutely.
to jump into it. But when you jump into it, then something happens to allow you put that one step in front of the next, and you just keep going. You keep
Yep.
going because, as Mary says, it's about having that vision, having that
Mhm.
vision.
You
Um,
must. You
right. So
must.
Whittington, there's another. People will use you if you let them, and your worth will shine through in the end. Absolutely.
Girl wit.
Sheila, because of your heart is why you always get
Oh,
blessed. Oh, we got loads of messages here, and there's Millard.
oh, hi,
Thank you.
Moore. Thank you. Oh.
And then Nikki Williams, I'm
Uh-oh,
a teacher
Nikki's the
music.
future music producer. Love it. Love it.
Just get in touch. You better leave your message, Mary. Your
Come
number, your
on,
contact.
man.
And Mary,
Nikki, you
we've
one of
got
my
about
buddies.
five. We've got about 5 minutes left. I mean, this is just so incredible. Because there is an energy in the space and in the room today, and I just believe that there's whatever the audience needs to take away from this, take
Mhm.
it away, run
Yeah.
with it.
Mhm.
So there was a question about where will you be performing, or do you
Oh,
have any concerts coming up?
yeah. Actually, next weekend we're in Manhattan performing for Soul Night Events. We're doing it's a 2-hour performance. So I'm doing a lot of different music. I might even do an acoustic set in between, that kind of thing. And then I have October 22nd. I'm doing a one woman show, Phyllis Hyman performance. And I'm also on September 15th, I'm in Dilworth Park in Philadelphia doing an acoustic set outside during lunchtime for folks as they come outside to enjoy their lunch in the courtyard. So that should
Oh wow, that's it. You said that's in Philadelphia.
yeah, that's in Philadelphia on September 15th, which is a Wednesday during the week.
Oh my days! I'll have to try and get on a plane somehow and come over, man. You know.
Oh my God. There are other things in the works, but they're not all, I haven't etched them out in stone yet, so I can't really share them. But you can always go to my website, which is marycrossmusic.com, and look at the calendar to see where we're going to be at any given time. Sometimes I do, as I said, acoustic sets, and sometimes I'll do a full band performance, but we have a lot of fun.
Okay. Well, if you see an albatross loitering, you know that's me. That's the only way I could get to.
Right? Exactly. I'm hoping to get to the UK and be with my Whittington Still and my other sisters in song so that we can actually perform it. Also, I'd love to meet you. Absolutely love
That
to
would
meet you.
be incredible. That would be incredible. So if I don't fly there, get there before you get here,
Yeah,
then we will make it happen. We will
we
make it
will
happen.
make it happen. Absolutely.
So yes, so Sheila says the band is awesome too. So
You.
thank you to the band. And I've noticed my other guest is trying to get through. I might have to keep you on a little longer in case you don't get through. It says
Don't
devices.
kill me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go over to a break now. If you don't mind being on the show for another few minutes, Mary, it would be wonderful to
I'd
to
love
keep
to.
you on, to have you on.
Sure.
And maybe when we come back, let's see what other hat you got as well.
Okay, why not? Let's see what's
Okay,
there.
ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Esther on the sofa with Esther, and today I have this incredible lady, Mary Cross, and on the other side I've got Dark Eye. Sometimes there is a problem with connection, so we'll see, but see you on the other side.
On Wednesday, the 8th of September, Romina Johnson will be performing live with full band at the 229 on London's Great Portland Street. Doors open at 7:30 p.m. For more information and tickets, head over to 229.london or eventbrite.co.uk and search for Romina Johnson live at the 229. It's gonna be funky.
Get your brand in front of the right audience. In the summer issue of Turning Point, your lifestyle, your well-being magazine, the theme, #Black Royalty. What does this mean to you? We cover health and well-being, fashion, art, spirituality, and exclusives from around the world. Great advertising and sponsorship opportunities are available now. For further information, contact info@turningpointmag.com. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin. And I have this incredible artist with me today and fashionista, Mary Cross. Mary Cross, she's got a lovely, lovely hat. If I just want to just put my hand through the screen and just grab that off your head, man.
I have so many hats. Oh my goodness. Plenty of them. Let me tell you.
Oh, wow. Loving it, loving it. Well, today, as I said, ladies and gents, it's Mary Cross, and then afterwards, we're just waiting for Dark Eye. I do believe he's logged in, but he's having trouble connecting. So, if you don't mind, Mary, just
No, I love to.
loitering with me a little while longer.
Yes, loitering with Esther. Yes, indeed.
That's right. And then on the last part of the show, I will be talking to Inaya, the progressive house artist, dance artist, of her new track, Feeling.
Nice.
And as I said, oh, can you hear that?
I love that track. I heard it. I love it. It's a great song. Great song.
Well, Inaya Days.
Yes.
Yes, it is. And I think it really ties in with what we've been going through with the pandemic and the whole sort of upheaval. So could you just share a little bit about how the lockdown affected you, and did you create any of what you've produced now within that time period?
Yeah, well, it did affect me to a degree, but I actually was an essential worker, so I had to go to work every day. When everybody
Okay.
else was sitting at home, I was still going to work. So it was interesting because on the part of being in healthcare, you firsthand got to see either coworkers who were affected by COVID. Some of our coworkers passed away from COVID. Of course, families were affected by it of the patients that came and went, and it
Mm,
really was it was challenging. It was tragic. It was really, really a grievous kind of thing to go through because you get to see how humanity, you're just in touch with humanity on such a raw level when you get
yes.
to see that. And it does cause you to be more grateful for your time and your life and how precious it is. But also you see the ignorance of people who don't want to, abide by any rules and think that they can
Mm,
go do whatever. And I'm saying people are affected by it. It doesn't
mm,
matter what race you are. None of that stuff matters at the end of the day.
mm,
So for me, when it came to the music, I did come up with a couple of things, but they're still in their raw stages because I haven't had time to really focus and concentrate on them per se.
mm,
But there were two catchy things I had. One was "It Ain't Deep." Like to me, "It Ain't Deep" is kind of like an up tempo thing, but it's about the idea that we're putting too much emphasis on the wrong stuff. You're making more out of it than it really is necessary. So it ain't deep, but it's worth it. Just relax a little bit on that. And the other one is in regard to just the idea that through what we went through with COVID, it was really it was a song I call "Music Take Us Away," and it's really talking
mm,
um, after when we seemed like we were coming out of it, the idea of being able to focus on the music, because music again is what your connection is. It's the thing that does keep us going a lot of times, and
mm,
knowing that we can get back to a place where we can actually enjoy music and celebrate again. Because with all the loss, a lot of people are still dealing with that. They haven't come out of that yet. It's going to be
mm,
a long time coming, and the remnants of whatever we've been affected by is still here.
mm.
But when you hear music, it does have that ability to make you feel good and get you into a certain mindset. So that's another song that I've really been working on a lot, even this weekend, trying to get it to a point where I tweak it enough that I really like it. Yeah.
Excellent. And the thing is, I mean, I know the past year, I think it's almost 2 years, year and a half now of time, but
Yeah.
there's been levels to what's been going on. There's levels. So there are the people who've caught COVID, been infected by it, and people have died, but
Hmm.
also there's this whole other stuff that's going on around it.
Hmm.
Um, and in terms of, I guess a lot of people say in terms of freedom, and
Yeah.
because there's lots of other stuff. I mean, I know
Yeah.
in the UK, there's things I'm watching. I'm like, well, when did this happen? When did you implement this? And so
Right. Yeah.
there's lots of things, and I think, like you said, getting to know yourself, doing that, having that time of reflection to really understand, actually, what do I really want to do in my life?
Right.
We're going through this
Exactly.
madness or this
Yep.
chaos.
Hmm.
What do I, this is not, like someone said, this is not a rehearsal. Life is not a rehearsal anymore.
Hello. That's right. That's
Reset,
absolutely right. Yeah.
reset. So,
Reset. It's always time.
absolutely. So, is this the relationship that I want to be in? Is this the job that I want to
Right.
be in? What do I
Mhm.
really want to do? Because, like, I
Exactly.
mean, and then we see what's going on in Afghanistan. It's just like,
My goodness. I know. I know.
and then you bring it back to music.
Hmm.
You bring it back
Hmm.
to music because music on every level touches different aspects of us:
It's true. It's
happiness,
so
sad,
yep. Yeah.
contemplation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. And it matters so much. It matters like how we look at life and what we want to put into it. And I mean the value that you get out of it in your relationships with everybody now. Everything's much more intensified and people are more
Mhm.
sensitive. But if anything, I would hope that people get out of it that you really have to start life from here, like you said, to reset. And I remember my pastor would say, you're either going to be the thermostat or the thermometer. If you're the thermostat, whenever people come into your environment, you kind of go whatever way they're. But if you're a thermometer, you go whatever way people's attitude and personalities are going. But if you're the thermostat, you set the tone. So people know when they come into your space, they have
Absolutely.
to adapt. And that's kind of like how we have to do with everything. I mean, I look at that as a valuable gift to me when it comes to managing my band, being the founder of my band, dealing with personalities outside of that, dealing with work, all of that. I don't get involved in nonsense. I don't gossip. I don't carry and bring bones, and I don't allow other people to do that in my space either. So I think you have to stand for something or you will fall for anything.
Or for
And
every,
especially
that's
for
right.
people. Exactly. So you have to really decide. Yeah. You have to decide that that's what I want to do with my life. I'm not about that other stuff. It's too much stuff going on for us to be worried about that. I got other things I could be focused on, and that's not one of them. So if you're going to be a part of my world, it has to be about strengthening and learning from one another, reciprocity in full effect, and love. I mean, I could do everything and anything. If you love me and I love you and it's genuine, and you know I don't have an ulterior motive when I tell you I love you, I sincerely do, and I'm grateful to you. I am. I say it and I mean it. I can stand on that 100 years from now. Anything that I say, and I just love people. So when I have a show, it's an experience. It's not performing like a monkey, wind them up and let them go. This is more of a what is going on in your life today? Anybody got an anniversary? You got a birthday going on? Oh, matter of factly, just because you like that song, I'm gonna serenade you personally. Or come on, y'all sing along like we do. It's an experience. So you take that home with you, and you're like, oh my God, we had so much fun, and you remember that.
Yes, yes. And whilst you're there, actually, there's two things. Firstly, Martina says, Mary Songstress, why do you think music and love heals the world?
I think because it's the only thing we have that doesn't show racism or color or any of the nonsense that kinds of put barriers up for people. When they hear a song, they don't know. Nowadays, you can't even tell a lot of times who the soul singer is. It could be a Caucasian, or it could be an African American. It could be anybody, really, from any walk of life. So I think that with music, you don't have any of the barriers. That's why it can heal the world. If people didn't have something like that, they wouldn't be focused on that. They'd just be focused on the music. And music is
Absolutely.
it does indeed bring people together. It is the universal language, and it just works. It does. It really.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I was going to, it's just the manager of the station, Anthony D. Williams, he celebrated his anniversary with his wife this week. And you just said you don't care if it's a birthday or thing. So I'm gonna ask again if he could just sing. I can't remember his wife. Is it Shanice? I feel so shame. I should know his wife's name.
That's not good. Always Google. I
Yes.
can't. This
But
is
yeah,
honest.
if you would just serenade a little something to Anthony and his wife, I'd really appreciate that. And
Okay, no worries. One of my favorite songs lately that we've been doing is called My Baby by Nina Simone. So I'll sing a little bit of that.
go ahead.
My baby don't care for shows. My baby don't care for clothes. My baby just cares for me. Yeah. My baby don't care for cars and races. My baby don't care for mm, hot tone places. Liz Taylor is not his style. Not even Queen Beyonce's smile. It's something he can't see. My baby don't care who knows. My baby just cares for me.
Love it.
Teamwork. What a partnership we got. I tell you, we on to something. Oh my goodness.
You just never know.
Yes, exactly. Anthony, that's for you and your wife. Happy anniversary.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. And I do apologize for not remembering your wife's
Yeah,
name.
you're gonna get it for that. But I'm gonna have to send them a personal serenade. I'm gonna send it to you via email and you can give it to them.
Oh, thank you. You would so love that. And I'll get her name for you next time.
Yeah. I knew that. Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Anthony D. Brown.
Oh, bless you. But this has been great. And I think, I do know that my next artist is having trouble connecting.
Aww.
I think sometimes, I think I don't know if he's in Nigeria, but also I know that sometimes if you try to connect from your phone, it doesn't always work. So
Right. Yeah.
I'll hold on to you for another sort of 10 minutes if that's okay.
Yeah, no worries.
There's a few other things I'd love to talk to you about. Right.
Yeah,
So
sure.
Nikki Williams said that they're taking notes too from our conversation. Um,
I love Nikki. Oh my gosh.
well, I've got
That's right.
Susie,
I see it, Sheila. Stand for
and
something or fall for anything. Exactly.
and you know what's really interesting, Mary, is that it's not always easy to stand on your own, to stand
No,
against.
it's not.
Trust me,
Oh
because
my God.
that's been my journey. A lot of times I've stood on my own, and I'm at the stage now where I had to say to somebody a couple of months ago, because they were doing something, and I'm like, I can't do that, because what you see with me is what you get. My thing is about honesty and integrity, and I
Mm-hmm.
said I could walk in the midst of 1,000 people. I
Yeah.
don't care if you're on my side or not, but I will walk in faith if I have to walk in honesty and integrity. But
Ooh.
that takes strength, but also that's been, you talk about your journey, and oftentimes our journey is what hones us.
Yes.
Our journey is what, and this is no discredit to anybody who don't feel they're strong enough, or we haven't. We're all
Mhm.
different, but I'm just
Right.
talking about my experience,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes we just have to hold a space for ourselves, but we hold a space for others,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's true.
for others.
It's
And
true.
when you walk strongly in that faith of not just self, but when you're being guided and being led, and it doesn't mean that I've always been obedient. I'm not saying
Right.
that, but I
No.
know that the times when I'm not being obedient, I'm like, dang man, I need to just sit back and reflect, because I don't want to go through that again.
Exactly. And so for me, I agree with everything you just said. I think it's so important for us as a people to just understand that everybody's walk is different. And for me in particular, when I grew up, I had run over shoes on. I had like two outfits that I had to wear every other day to school. My mom didn't buy me clothes and stuff like that. So I knew what it was like not to have anything. And I think that's one of the reasons that I have such this thing about clothes now and shoes and
Mhm.
all that stuff and loving fashion, because I never had it. So it was all the more the thing that drove me, that gave me the drive to say I never want to be in a situation that I can't have something or do something. And I'm not rich or anything like that. I'm just saying that, when you've lived long enough, you've lived to a degree and you've gone through some things, they do serve as the thing that is a catalyst or bolster you into another place. And I find it
Yes.
being just my journey. I don't want to be in that situation anymore, and I refuse to do that to my children, because it could turn out one of two ways. You could have been an abusive parent, or you cannot be an abusive person and try your best to get past it. And it comes with you needing therapy sometimes. You had to go through some stuff. I've had to, because
Absolutely.
you can't just think that I survived this thing. I didn't have to have any help. Because it's troubling, and you do go through separation anxiety. You go through withdrawal. You go through thinking that you're not good enough, and rejection and all those other things. But
Yeah.
once as you age, you live a little while, you'll age and you'll gain some more strengths, but you always know that that's where you came from, and that's a reminder to you all the more of how grateful you are for where you are and how you keep growing into betterment, but also that you never want to go back to that, and you know what it's like
Absolutely.
sensitive to other people. And that's why I do what I do. I want them to know that it's genuine and I love them. And it's tough. It's tough out here for everybody. I just had my own set of determination in myself that I had to figure out how to get beyond that, because a lot of people didn't. But by the grace of God go I. So we recognize that it's just a thing that some of us make it and some of us don't. Phyllis didn't make it. And I'm saying it's so important for us to remember Dorothy Dandridge. We got Nina Simone, who has
Yes.
issues
Yes.
with mental health. People need to understand mental health is a real thing. It
Yeah.
is a real
Yeah.
thing. People do have that. And so it's
Yeah.
important that we not, act as if, oh, that's not important, or get out of my face, or you got your own issues. That's not what it's about. If you really
Yeah.
care about people and understand this thing, it's bigger than us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Mary, it's been an absolute pleasure. I think my guest is showing up. Let's
Ooh,
see. I hope I
here.
can hear. I'm going to add him to the stream. I'm going
Okay.
to add him to the stream if that's okay.
Oh yeah. Hi.
Oh, can you
How
hear
are
us?
you? Can he hear us?
Can you hear?
Can you hear us?
Hi.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dark Eye, Nigerian artist, producer, singer, songwriter. We're gonna be playing some Afro beats tonight. This has been a really amazing
Yes. Yes.
and an
Hold
incredible.
on a second.
Okay.
What is wrong with my microphone?
Oh.
We can
You
hear
can't hear
you.
us yet? You can't hear us? Uh-oh.
Oh, he's gone.
Wait, he was doing mess with his mic, he said. So
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play his track.
I'd love to hear it again.
Yeah, let me play his track because I think you'd love it. Um,
I
which
want to
one was?
thank everybody who tuned in, who actually sat in with me, and those who came on late. Latanya, my cousin's on the line. I love her so much. Hi, Latanya Batts. And I'm so grateful for having the opportunity to sit with you, Esther, and Dark Eye. You the man. You the man. We can ready to listen to your track. I'm Mary Cross. I hope that we can connect in some way, okay?
That's right. That's right. That's
I
right.
will
Nice to
connect
see
you
you.
both. I will
No,
connect
Thank
you
you.
both. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Dark Eye, and I'm going to play. You don't have a video of this, but I really love. I'm just going to play an excerpt from your track.
cool.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a bit of Afro beats in the house tonight.
That's
Hey.
right. That's right. That's right.
Another beats. Baby more, life ain't no easy, baby more, life ain't no easy, life ain't no easy, my baby. I said life ain't no easy, life ain't no easy, life ain't no easy, my sherry coco. Nothing not easier. You tell me you don't come now, go. Tomorrow morning, I get it again. Every day, wahala, now I get it again. You just follow your girlfriend, now go. You just waka, now I get it again. Every day, now wahala, make you listen to me, yeah. My baby, yo.
I love that. Do you know?
Love it.
Thank you.
Play that.
God, I love it.
Thank you.
I
Thank
mean,
you. Thank you.
when I heard that, I'm like, I need to interview this guy.
Yes.
Do you mind
Yes.
if Miri? I mean, do you mind if Miri stays on?
Yeah.
Because this
Of
happens
course.
sometimes.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I
I'm happy
mean,
to
I love.
see you, man. I'm happy to be on your show. Thank you.
Isn't she great? Oh my God.
Oh wow!
Dark Eye, you're fantastic. I love that. Love that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so excited to be on your show. I'm so
Thank
happy
you.
to see Sister Girl, Esther. Thank you very much.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Because of the time as well, I will have you back on another time because I've got about 15 minutes with you.
Okay. All
Because
right.
that's why sometimes with the connection, but I mean with
That's
that
right.
particular track, Dark Eye, with that particular track,
Yeah.
because I think in this one you say no wahala, and I've got a friend who I learned that from recently. So just tell us about the track, please.
In Nigerian language, wahala means trouble.
Trouble, yes.
Oh, no trouble.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Wahala, yeah, it means trouble. That the song is about a guy who is in love with a girl, and he's doing all his best, all he can, um, to make sure he satisfies this girl, but
Okay.
all he's got is just trouble, Yeah. Tomorrow, when she says she's coming tomorrow, it's wahala. The next day she go with her girlfriend, it's trouble. you know. That's it. You know
Great
how.
storyline. Oh my God. That's the story of some guy's life, right?
That's right. That's right. You know how it is in the relationships. They be fighting each other, and
Yep.
this guy is so humble that there's some ladies who are nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
No matter
it
what
is.
the guy did, they never satisfied. So it's about that.
It's true. It's so true.
And why did you write about that? I mean, has that been a personal experience, Dark Eye? Is he?
Dark Eye,
Has
can you
that been
hear
a
us?
personal? Can you hear?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Yeah.
Yeah. Has that been a personal experience of yours?
Um.
Be like, I plead the fifth. I don't think I
No.
want to say it.
Not really 50-50.
Okay,
I
good.
I write my song sometimes. Sometimes song just comes to me like that from experience from other people. What I see that is happening, and because for me, I never been with a woman that we're fighting and we quarrel. But I've seen so many couples right out, and I've seen so many guys who is trying all the best they can to satisfy their woman, but ain't nothing but trouble. Wahala, wahala, tomorrow wahala, today wahala.
Every time I
Yeah.
listen to that song, Dark Eye, I'm going to remember that in my mind. Like, voila, today, voila, every day.
Yeah, every day wahala.
Voila.
Yeah.
Oh wow, loving this, loving this.
Thank
So
you.
Darka, let's take you back a bit. I mean, you started, I would say you discovered your gift at a very young age.
Yeah.
And he himself also is a bit of a fashionista. You know, he's into his fashion as well as music. So just give us a little bit about where you are coming from with your music, and also what does music do for you, Dark Eye?
Yeah, when I was growing up like little boy in Nigeria, I always watched my father, you know. He always play all these songs and dance. We were little sometimes. He would just call us because we are like six guys, six boys from my dad. We are nine, same mother, same father, six boys, three girls. So he would call all of us and he play the music and he say, yeah, today my father is kind of a very funny man, but he's a soldier. You know, he would say today everybody have to learn how to dance, and we will be dancing
nice.
out there.
Oh my gosh.
And sometimes when he gets mad with my mother, we all come and say, Daddy, are we not going to dance today? He say, everybody go and sit down. So from there, this music thing starts, you know. So after my school, you know, that's where everything starts. So before I left Nigeria, we had a little group, you know, but at that time it's basically a traditional music. And I was playing percussion, you know, little instrument, you know. Then I went to the States. Normally I wanted to study political science, but after my daddy died in Houston, Texas, then nothing worked out again. Then I just come back to Germany. At that time, the US Army and Air Force, they were recruiting civilian because in the whole Europe, Germany is where the US have their biggest military base in the whole Europe. Yeah. Germany is where they have even these people they taking from Afghanistan. Now they're bringing them in Stein base in Germany before they take them to the States. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that was a history lesson. I didn't know that. Oh my God.
Yeah. Germany is where in the whole Europe, even during the Iraq, it is Germany. They have the biggest base in all. They have in Italy, but it's little. Germany has the biggest base. You know. Then after George Bush and Clinton, then they start drawing down, but they still have them though. You know. So I came back, started working with them a little bit, and the music thing start coming up. You know. Then the dancing. I went into the dancing. I was dancing with some African American artists and friends. Then it comes up more, and that's how I get started. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Martina Grant has asked, what is the meaning of your name?
Okay, my name Dark Eye.
Yeah, what is the meaning of your name? Someone's asking.
Yeah. My name Dark Eye. Without dark, there's no light. When the universe was created in darkness, and without the darkness, there will be no light. And
Absolutely.
Because of racism, what we black people are going through, sometimes if you are too dark skinned, you get problem. So we are called the dark people, we are called the chocolate people, we are called the brown people. Then I'm just saying that I'm black.
Right.
You know, because I'm not writing my name with the EYE. That is the I.
Right.
But I'm writing it with just the I.
I
am black.
Yes,
that's right.
Brilliant. This I think we can have a psychological lesson today, a psychology lesson, I should say.
Oh my God.
That's right. That's
very philosophical. And you know, who have been some of the artists? Because I know you've worked with quite a few artists as well. Some big names. Can you mention them? And out of those artists, who has greatly inspired you? Dark Eye. I love that Dark Eye. Love it.
I love it. Me too.
Thank you. Normally from the Nigerian side, I can say Fela.
Ah, yes.
Fela
Fela
Kuti,
Kuti.
yeah.
Yes.
When we was growing up in the secondary school, everybody Fela. He's the one who really introduced the Afrobeat.
Yeah.
Then there's another man again called Sonny Okusu, but he had passed away. He's from the Edo state. But when I left Nigeria, come over to Europe, the Western thing, since I was all the time with the African American brothers, it was Public Enemy. It was
wow.
Public Enemy. It was LA Cool J. It
What?
Oh,
was
yes.
Okay.
Rum DMC.
Yes,
It
yes.
was Mob Deep. It was Big Daddy King.
Great.
I was listening to those people, Cool Moody.
Right.
You
Oh
know?
man. All the good
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, he's
Those
talking.
people,
Now he's
yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
great.
a
We've got
lot.
a few more. We've got a few more messages for you, Dark Eye. Latanya says yes, love Afro beats. Nikki Williams has said thank you, Dark Eye.
Oh,
Yeah,
bless.
fantastic.
Salute.
And
Salute. Yeah.
somebody else has said the name Dark Eye has a true and positive meaning. Yes,
Very
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sharon.
Thank you. Thank you. Bless.
It's very empowering
Bless.
because what you're doing, Dark Eye, we go back to this whole thing of honoring. I keep talking about honoring. You're honoring the I, but you're honoring the I in a more expansive way as well. And
That's right. That's right.
and then through your music, then you've been given a vehicle because you create different genres. You have different genres of music, but I love it with the Afro beats because there's that. I'm going to play an excerpt from is it I Love My Wife? Is it I Love My Wife? Is that right?
No, it's my wife.
My wife. That's it. Apologies. It's my wife. And I noticed there's a thread throughout your music, Dark Eye, of love. So we have the honoring of, and then there's the love of self, the love of others, but the love to give and to share. That
That's
seems
right.
to be really fundamental. So why is that? Before I play an excerpt from that chat, why to you is love so fundamental?
Yeah, I think like that track now, my wife, I think we Black people, we have losing or lost a lot of love within ourselves.
Yeah.
And first of all, the song My Wife, I did that song that every man who have knowledge and wisdom, you have to respect woman.
That's right. That's right.
My motto is that
Gentlemen.
any man that beat a woman, you are not my friend. A woman, they are our queen. They are the mother of civilization.
Yeah.
We need to respect our woman.
Woo-hoo!
And any man that have a wife that you cannot be able to respect your wife, then you are not fit to live. Because God gave a man a woman to help the man mate, not to beat a woman, not to slave a woman,
That's right.
not to treat a woman.
Preach.
So
Preach.
if you have a wife, this is a music you have to dedicate to your wife that you really appreciate her. Without a woman, there's no nation.
Right.
So we need to respect women. So I did that music for those good mothers and those men who have the knowledge and wisdom to know that, yes, without a woman, there's no nation.
Wow.
A woman was there before Muhammad. A woman was there before Jesus. A woman is more powerful than Muhammad. A woman more powerful than Jesus,
right?
Because it is a woman that born Jesus.
Yes,
Jesus wasn't there before Mary.
He's preaching tonight.
Mary was there before Jesus.
I'm gonna have you back on another time. I've got to have you back on another time because I mean, just stay on because hopefully you can join with the other artists because you are preaching, you are speaking words of wisdom, you're speaking of people's lives, and it's good to hear a man. I'm not, everybody's different, but it's good to hear when a man claims and understands and recognizes that.
Yes.
I've been saying to a lot of people, we talk about a lot of people call me Empress and Queen, and that's cool. But sometimes if people want to get close, I'm like, but do you really understand about honoring? It's about
Yeah.
honoring.
Yeah.
Honoring. Don't
Yeah.
just call me Empress or Queen just as some
Right.
fly by night.
Just say it. Right.
It's about
Right.
honoring. And
Yeah.
like I was saying to Mary before you came on, that in an intimate relationship, if I'm going to go into anything, I will
Mhm.
give my all, because it's about, why would I go into something and not want to give? I don't
Exactly.
understand it, but a lot of people don't. And
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes, that's
but
right.
then I also note, I also have to be fair that a lot of people are coming from a place of fear. A lot of people are coming from that place of wounding that hasn't been healed,
Yeah.
so they can't give more than
They don't give.
they
Mhm.
have.
Mhm.
But your words are. I gotta have you back on. What are you doing
Yeah.
next week?
Okay, thank you.
So what
Thank
I'm going to do before I play your track, Carl has said 100 respect our queens. Thank you very much, Carl.
Aw.
Um, Nikki Williams, yes, a woman is a flower to be loved and gentle. Yes,
Oh,
that's
that's
true. But also, ladies, we have to also realize, and men, that we are all going through a process of evolution, and we have to also, to be that flower, we
yeah.
have to work on ourselves. We
Yeah.
have to understand the I within
True.
ourselves. So
you.
we have to sort of, as Mary shared about her initial experience of going through abuse, she had to work through that so that she could be the flower that she's showing up to
Mhm.
be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, like me now, I'm not talking about like individualistic. I'm talking about the universal,
Yeah.
the natural, why
Mm-hmm.
God gave a man a woman.
Yeah.
I don't care if this woman is bad or is bad,
Right.
but what was the
Their
use of
role.
a woman?
That's right.
You
The
That's
see?
right.
fundamental.
And when you teach a woman,
Woo!
you teach a nation. And when you teach a man, you teach an individual.
Woo!
Because that woman
Absolutely.
is going to have a man to come.
Oh, that's
So
good.
it
That's
doesn't matter.
good. You better go
That's an
ahead. I
American.
like
That's an
that.
American thing,
Yes,
isn't it? I know people
yes,
that
yes.
interview the Americans. They always do this. That's
They
an,
did a
Yeah,
good call.
thank
Yes,
you.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
cow, that was great. A
ah,
Because
one, you
wow.
teach
because
a woman, you teach a nation. Oh my gosh.
another problem we men have is we don't like sometimes to admit an intelligent woman,
Mm.
an educated woman, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and
Oh,
a woman would not like to be with a man who don't have no vision, who don't have no
right.
direction,
Oh my
because
gosh.
God gave a woman to a man to help the man mate.
Yes.
Every man have to be a producer. And if you cannot produce, then you don't need a woman. I'm not talking about producing a woman, producing the music. I mean, provide for family. Every man is a producer. And if you cannot be a producer, then you don't need to have a woman, because a woman have to depend on a man. It's a natural thing.
Yeah, it is. That's right. Well
It's a
said.
natural thing. During my mother and my mother doesn't go to work.
Mhm.
My
Right.
father have to go and look for
Wow.
something for us.
That's right.
So
That's
a
right.
man have to be a producer, then assist the man. A woman have to guide you to reach the direction you are going. But a woman cannot assist you if she don't see any vision, any
See?
direction, any plan
Oh,
for life. No.
that's good.
But then, Dark Eye, don't you think sometimes as well? Because on the other side of this, I do a lot of
Mhm.
healing energy, work with in the community, and
Mhm.
sometimes we have these expectations of the men, but they've been so wounded in some way, and they just, sometimes it's how can we build them up to be the person to be that, because I mean, in my line of work, I feel very blessed that a lot of men open up to me. They share,
Mhm.
That's
and I
Mhm.
feel very blessed with that. But then I
Yes.
also realize that it depends where
Mhm.
people are at within their own evolution,
yeah.
within their own emotional intelligence
Mm-hmm.
evolution.
Mhm.
Because what you've said is the bedrock, and it should be the bedrock, but it isn't on many reasons. And my eldest son, he's been with this. I called him wifey for about 8 years. They got a little, my
Mhm.
granddaughter is come up to 6, and he honors her, man. They have. I look at them. I'm like, I can't be bringing nobody. I can't bring nobody.
Love it. I love it.
I can't bring anybody home that's lesser than
Wahala.
what my. I
Wahala, wahala.
Yeah.
because my son, they honor each other. You can tell there's a love. They speak, and I know that sometimes to have conversation is hard because we have to learn how to communicate with each other. And lots
Yeah.
of times,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of men don't communicate.
Nope.
But I see
Yes.
that in them. So it's how can we? And I keep saying to him, do a podcast so that you can encourage and inspire others, or just share how you work this. Because when you
Yeah.
see them together, you see a couple. What you're talking about, I see that in my eldest son. And I'm
That's
like, you know
wonderful.
what?
That's a wonderful thing.
And then even
Thank
even
you.
with my youngest son, he's with someone at the moment, and he's doing his stuff. But I see how they treat their women, and I'm like, I can't be bringing anybody, not
Don't
anything.
even try it. That's
But
right. Better come correct.
I can't.
Correct. Yeah.
But it
That's
takes
so
work, and
great.
it
It
takes
does.
work. It takes for us to recognize that this is what we want in a relationship. We want this, and how are we going to work at it? And it takes work. Just like,
It does.
most men, if you guys buy a car, man, you're polishing the car, you're hoovering it every day, and you got a woman, and so it's that.
Mhm.
So what I want to do then, I'm going to play an excerpt from. You haven't got any videos of these tracks. Are you going to be putting out some videos soon, Dark Eye?
No, I'm looking forward to go to the States in November. So
Ah,
yeah, we are arranging some things. My man Katie and my manager, Miss O'Neill. Um, on the song, my wife, we're thinking about to do a remix and told one of the big artists in the
Nice.
state on it. Yeah,
woo!
Great.
I'm waiting, and some shows. It's just because of the epidemic, but I've taken my 2 vaccines, so
Good.
um, looking forward. Maybe in November or December, I might be in the States. So
All
we'll see
right.
what's coming up. Yeah, no
Okay,
video yet for those 2 songs. Yeah, they
excellent.
knew.
Well, I've just put a little video to the backdrop of your track because I thought this would be. It would be nice to have seen you perform. But so this track, and what is it called again? Hopefully, I've got it right. Is it?
My
It's my
wife.
yeah.
My wife.
My one. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I have still in the studio with me Mary Cross and the dynamic Dar Eye.
This time, Mary Cross,
We should work
the
together.
queen.
We
The
got to
queen.
work together.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys details afterwards. So you're listening to On the Sofa with Esther. I'm having a great time. The music is kicking out there as well. So yeah, it's all good today.
Thank you.
Will Hits Records.
Oh, yeah. Rather beat. It's my wife. I love so much. It's my wife. I love so much. Yeah. It's my wife. I love so much. That's my wife. I love so much. If I tell you that I love you, you know it's forever. I will do my best to satisfy you, you my baby. If I say I love you, make you no say forever. I no go leave you for never. I go do my best satisfy you. That's why I like to be modernize you. Anytime you start to the waka, now so my mind go the jiggy jiggy chai. Now you be the love of my heart. That's why.
Like I said, I just love your tracks. I love Afro beats.
Thank
Because
you.
Love it.
it's got that happy feel.
Yes.
It's got the vibe, it's got the beat, and then you got the lyrics, and it's just the way it just takes you away. Let's see. Right, there's somebody else that's put a comment. If a male or female is spiritually wounded, you cannot enable them. Just pray from them and let God fix them, or they will be no good for anyone until they're good for themselves.
Ooh,
Absolutely. Absolutely. But then also, we have a responsibility to, they said God helps those who helps themselves as well. And so oftentimes we're always leaving it to God or to Satan or whatever. But then I keep saying we're the bridge in the middle.
Yeah.
What are you feeding? Which one are you feeding? With a bridge in the middle.
Exactly.
With a bridge in the middle. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Sofa with yours truly, Esther Austin. This is fantastic. I've got Mary Croston in the studio with me. High five to Miss Glamour Queen, and also to this incredible gentleman, Dark Eye.
Thank you.
Loving this. And so, Dark Eye,
Yeah,
you do other genres of music as well, don't you?
yeah,
Yeah, you do. He does soul, R&B. He does a little bit of everything. Something new, something blue,
Nice.
something borrowed.
yeah.
And for you, how has music supported you along your journey? Because Mary shared about how music has been part of her healing and how she's given that back. So what does it do for you, Dark Eye?
I can say to me, I can say music is my life.
Mm.
Without no music, I don't think that I can be living, because sometimes when I have some, I can say bad day from work,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then because I work as a security, so, and music, like now this is my studio. I do produce. You can see a little bit of my studio.
Nice.
Yeah,
Ah,
yes.
nice.
So I do produce. So 98. This track here is called "Let Me Show You."
Mm-hmm.
It's a single that gave me a hit in Germany,
Nice.
1998.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. This one. It's a single. This is the one who got
Okay.
me out in Germany. Yeah, it's kind of R&B.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Before, so music have taken me. I have traveled. Poland, France, other
Wow.
places do shows. Yeah, in Germany here
Mm,
a lot. So it just keep me happy. Keep me happy. I can't live without. I
yes,
I, I don't even know what to say, because without music is difficult. It's difficult.
Exactly.
It
it
makes me
is.
feel good.
It is.
Apart
It
from
is. It's a,
woman,
it's a soul thing.
apart from woman, music is the next.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, that's so good. Oh my God. Hey, how many years have you been married? How long have you been married? I've been married 26 years. How about you?
But right now I divorced. I have two sons
Okay.
from my ex,
Uh-huh.
German woman. Um, but right now, yeah, I need
That's
to go for.
good.
But right now, I need to go for the original sister girl.
Oh my God, cute. I
Okay,
swear.
ladies and gentlemen, ladies, for any ladies that's watching the show tonight, it's a bit of a plug. It's a man who knows
Right.
what he's about, and he's already
Exactly.
said what he's looking for. He's already given you the ingredients, what makes a good man and a good woman in a relationship. So
Yeah.
I think, ladies, with dark eye. Oh, fantastic! And dark eye, when are you coming to London? Have you been to London?
Yeah, yeah. I've been in central London two times to visit a friend, and I've been
Mm.
in Tottenham.
Oh,
Tottenham one
Tottenham.
time.
Okay, North
Yeah,
London.
in Tottenham. Yeah,
Okay,
one time.
but
Yeah.
you've never performed here, right?
No, no,
Not,
I
Not
never
yet.
well, not
performed.
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, but
Yes.
Not
but
yet.
but not yet. But if you got me there one day, I'll be happy to.
We
That's
can
awesome.
talk. We can talk because I love
Yes.
your energy. I love your energy.
Thank
Um,
you,
and
thank
and I,
you,
and even the message, what you stand for, and just
Mhm.
what you just embodied in this conversation. It's
thank you.
especially in this time. So many people do need upliftment.
Yeah.
So many people are struggling, and so both of you today, your words of wisdom, your love of music,
Thank you.
your
Thank
energy,
you.
your passion. It's like,
Thank you.
whoa! I feel like I'm
I appreciate you. I'm so blessed to be on your show, Miss Esther.
Oh, I
And
know.
this is what we have to be seeing. Sister guest helping us. You people are the one helping us also.
That's right.
And um, God will bless you people. Try to lift us up, and we can lift you up. You
Yes.
see, and
absolutely.
that's why it's good that we need to be calling our own. You know, because we have been left that our people we believe too much in God, 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 God.
Mhm.
But if God is something, or religion is something that can help black people, we could have been the richest,
Yeah.
because we serve God more than any other human being, but we
Mm.
still at the bottom. So
Yeah.
we need to be doing something.
In a lot
You
of ways.
know, we don't
Mindset
have
is
to wait for Jesus, because Jesus told you already, "I've gone to my Father, and you see me no more." So why you expecting him back? He told you like that in the Bible. He said, "I've gone to my Father, and you see me no more. But one will come at the last day." So why are you waiting for Jesus? get
Yeah.
up and do something for yourself.
Yeah, you
And that's
Absolutely.
what we're doing. And that's what you're doing. And I congratulate you for that. God bless you. You know,
Absolutely. And
I
we have to
appreciate it.
become the change that we want to see in the world. We have to,
That's right.
if we're strong
That's
enough
right.
to keep moving forward, because it hasn't been easy to get here. Even to put this show, to putting the show together takes a lot of time, and I do it out of
Yeah.
love. But
Hmm.
and then just the setup and so many things. But if you have a vision, and some people don't have a vision because they don't know where they're going,
Right.
Yeah.
so sometimes it
That's
takes them
right.
a while to understand that. But like you said, we're at the bottom, and I believe, and this is just me, it's about mindset. I
Yeah.
usually say to people, if you look at the history books of time, there's somebody who has been on the bottom who has risen to the top. So
Yep.
what is it? What is it? It's mindset. And people call, like I said to you before, people call me a Rottweiler because I've been places in my life. People think I've had it easy. No, but what you know what it is? I've adapted my mindset
Yep.
and I've done what I need to do. And
Yep.
I find beauty in things that most people are like, well, why are you walking there? Why are you doing
Yeah.
that? You
Hmm.
know, if I have to get to some place and I gotta walk, I'm exercising. If I can't
Right.
eat more than twice a day, then I will fast. That's how I do
Right.
it.
Right.
That's right.
That's great.
That's right.
That's
Level
great.
That's
up
right.
now. We need to
Yeah.
level up. And the
Mm-hmm.
more you
Mm-hmm.
complain,
Mm-hmm.
is the more that you
Mm-hmm.
get back of your complaint. We
Yep.
need to level up. And
Yeah, we do.
sorry, I'm preaching it. I just love this
Love it.
conversation because we can level up. We can,
Yeah.
and it's about having that supportive community where it takes a village to raise a child, but now the village needs the village to raise the village because
It
the
does.
elders aren't in the village anymore.
Nope. Nope.
That's
It's
right.
true.
And if we
That's
see a
so true.
need, we have to go in there, and we see the need, we go into that need where because we're always waiting for somebody else. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you're the bridge, man.
Yep. You're the bridge. That's right. You're looking for somebody else. You're on the
That's
bridge.
right. That's
So
right. That's right.
that
That's
that was
right.
the sermon and the benediction all in one.
That's right. People like you are dedicated that music to my wife
Mhm.
because people here is your husband
Right.
have to see that
Mhm.
my wife is doing something.
Right.
This
Exactly.
my wife
That's
I
right.
love so much.
Yeah.
Hey,
This
go
my
on,
wife
That's so
I
good.
love so much.
go on, sing
Yeah.
it.
This my wife I love so much.
I love
That's
it.
my wife. I
Yeah.
love so much.
So
Yeah, you see,
Woo, yeah,
people like you people, we're gonna dedicate this type
Woo!
of music for. You know, I love seeing my black sister girls here working hard. Like
Yes.
both of you sitting right there, I'm seeing today.
Thank
Bless
you.
you all. Bless you all. I'm
Awesome.
happy.
You're
Thank
such
you,
an
and thank
encouragement,
you.
such a positive encouragement. I'm so blessed to even know you. It's awesome, Dark
Thank
Eye.
you. Me too. Me too.
Absolutely. But we
Thank
got
you.
a few messages. Right, Martina. I mean, you did a bit of a rendition there, but
Yeah.
she's asking, or he's Martina.
She's a girl. Yeah.
She's a girl. Yeah. Can you sing a slow love song a cappella?
Ooh, she wants him
Yeah.
to serenade her.
Hi.
Ooh. Oh, Dark Eye. Come on. Ooh.
I won't look.
Oh my God. I
Maybe
love
your
it.
first track, and if you can't do that, the first track, because I love it. It was no wahala. I whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Oh my God. I love it. Come on. I love to hear it too. Come on.
Come on, Mick.
Okay. She want me to sing the first song,
Yeah. She wants you to sing a
whatever
slow
you-
song.
Yeah.
a slow song. Well, I can sing my.
You got fans, Dark Eye. You gotta honor that. We just told you
Okay.
everybody knows you are single. Come on.
Right.
Okay.
This is what she's put. I love It's My Wife. It's a very happy song, and it puts me in a
That's
place
right.
where a husband is loving his wife completely. Nice song. So come
Nice.
on, Dark Eye. Come on. We got
Yeah.
10 minutes left of the show. Come on. You're under pressure.
Baby more, life is no easy, oh. Life is no easy, oh. Baby more, life is no easy, oh. I say life is no easy, oh. My baby, life is not easy, oh. My sherry cocoa, life is not easy, oh. You tell me they come, na kere teke. Tomorrow morning, na kere teke. Every day, wahala, na kere teke. You really get it?
Hey!
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yes,
whoa. Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Love it, love it.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Well, it's
Thank
been
you.
a real pleasure having you both. I've got 10, just under
Yeah.
10 minutes
Thank you
left
so much.
on the show. I have had an amazing time and I would
Me
have you
Thank
both
you.
on again.
Thank
Um,
Thank you.
you.
and next time I know because you couldn't get on is but we've extended time because my other guest
It's okay.
hasn't
It's
hasn't come up,
okay.
but it's everything for a reason, everything for
Yeah.
a
No,
reason.
it's okay. It's
um
okay.
Yeah.
The time is okay
Everything
for
for a
me.
reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
um but ladies and gents, Dark Eye, I'd like we're going to honor this man, and also I'd like to honor Mary Cross for coming onto my show. For I'm going to go pumped. I mean, I'm going to go dancing now because I'm at an event and the music is kicking. So after this event, I'm
oh
going to fly. It's almost like I'm going to fly out the window. It's like I'm being on.
my, oh
Okay.
my God. It's been a
Uh,
pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm
thank
so
you.
glad I got to meet Dark Eye and
Thank
Queen
you.
Esther. You are an empress. I loved you from the first moment that we had our conversation. I loved
Thank
you,
you.
and I do not
Thank
use
you.
the term about Esther in vain or loosely, because you are amazing as a woman. And as Dark Eye said, the things that you do to benefit other artists, just in general, having this platform for us is a blessing. And I do not take that lightly. I am so
Thank you.
grateful that you gave your
Thank
time.
you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you. Thank
also,
you.
I want to use this time to thank my promoter, KD. Shout out to KD Bronx.
Baby.
Yeah,
Hey, D,
my brother
hey,
KD. And to my manager, Mrs. O'Neill from
Mrs.
Pennsylvania,
Hello.
US of
Okay.
A.
Oh,
The
she was
Wow.
best.
okay.
Shout
Okay.
out to Esther, Sister Esther, who made me to be. You are so wonderful. You are so
Isn't she great
beautiful.
though?
You are so beautiful. Thank you, sister. Nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you
I
too. It was
appreciate
such
it.
a blessing. Thank you,
Oh,
dear guy.
and,
Okay,
and, and,
bye.
and and Dark Eye, how can people get hold of you? I mean, if they want to hire you, because we'll talk outside of this. But if people want, because you're, I believe you're a prophet. You're speaking, so you can speak into people's lives as well as sing into
Yeah,
people's lives. So how
absolutely.
can people get hold of you?
Yeah, when people want to go hold of me, they can through KD, who is communicating with you.
Yes, he is.
First
Yeah.
of all, if they want to get hold of me, Esther,
Okay.
Esther can give them the contact of KD email.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Then on Instagram, they can follow me on Will underscore
Mhm.
hit underscore record. WILL
Yeah,
underscore
underscore.
HIT
Yeah,
underscore
underscore.
record.
Yeah.
That's where I am. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
where I am.
We'll hit rec. I'm gonna hit you
Excellent.
up because my Instagram is the number 2, the letter inspire you. So it's to inspire you. I'm gonna hit you up
Okay,
when I get off of the call.
okay, all right,
Oh,
all right.
brilliant,
I
brilliant.
appreciate it. Nice
Well,
to meet you. God bless
Nice
you.
to
thank
meet you
you. Thank
Thank
too.
you.
you, Esther. Thank you, Esther.
Bless
Thank you,
you.
Esther. Thank
Bless
you,
you.
Esther.
Bless you. A
Thank you,
real honor
Thank
for
you.
Esther.
both of
Thank
you.
Thank you.
you. Bye,
Thank
Dark
you.
Eye. You're the
Bye.
best.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Well, ladies and gents, it's been an incredible um I've just had an incredible evening. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's joined me on the show today. My guests, I'd like to thank everyone who's left a message: Nikki Williams, Martina Grant, Whittington Steele, Millard. Sorry, have I pronounced the Millard? BT, hope I've pronounced that correctly. Anthony D. Walker, Latanya Batts, Sheila, Anthony D. Walker, and others. Thank you so much. And before you go, just wanted to say that I will be giving away some digital links to the digital issue of my magazine, Turning Point: Your Lifestyle, Your Wellbeing, the summer issue. Just, should I say DM me? Okay, you can contact me at esther@esteraustinglobal.biz, or just DM me on Facebook on the Sofa with Esther. So I've got 2 complimentary links to give away to the digital online version of Turning Point, Your Lifestyle, Your Wellbeing. I'd like to say thank you to Anthony B. Williams, the owner of the station, for giving me the opportunity to host my show on Ellen So Radio. And also, I would like to encourage you to join up on our group page on Facebook, LN Soul Radio, the LN Soul Radio group page, where you will see details of all the other presenters who were on the station during the week. Lots of great people. There's the Angela Lee show where she does lots of inspirational stuff. There's Charmaine X on a Sunday. She does the reggae hour. There's a juxtaposition show, which is before me. And Anthony D. Williams and Mr. Carlos have the Mayhem show on a Friday. And then there is Double Trouble, DJ Double Trouble during the week, who's playing a fantastic mix of music. Have I forgotten anybody else? KJ Sings is on a Tuesday, if I remember correctly. So do check out www.lnsoulradio.com or join us on our Facebook page. And in between that, if you want to find out what Esther Austin is doing, follow me at Esther Austin Global on Facebook and Instagram. I'm hosting what am I hosting? Next week, I will be hosting a series of workshops, personal development workshops. So, join me on Facebook. So let's see, there's a couple more messages to read out before I go. I'm going to go on rave now. Bernadette Bascom. Bernadette, hello, lovely lady. So good to see you here. Martina Grant, thank you, Esther. You're so warm-hearted and lovely with High Shore, great platform. Thank you. Dark Eye, awesome. And thank you all for your messages. And I do hope that you've been inspired and empowered in some way. Big hello to my boys. Just giving thanks to the Almighty, to the universe, for everything that's transpiring in my life. And so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to play out by a testimonial by Terence Thompson. Do check out Terence Thompson. He's got some new music coming out at the end of every month. There's a testimonial of his, and then if I can get some time in to play the latest track by the Stubbs Girls. They are the family of the late Levi Stubbs of the Four Tops, and they've done a remake of Standing in the Shadows. So on that note, let's go over to some ads.
Hello, this is Terry Thompson, and I just want to say thank you to my sister Esther Austin for this amazing article that you put in this amazing magazine in the summer edition of Turning Point. Hey, if you haven't picked up your copy, go out and get it. Amazing magazine. There's a lot of good information in here, a lot of great articles, a lot of interesting people. So support us as we support you. That's what we know how. Black Royalty, Turning Point Magazine.
Hi, this is Duke Fakir, and I'm one of the Four Tops. I'd like to present to you one of the most up-and-coming great groups of all times, a family called the Stubbs Girls. And evidently, Levi Stubbs' genes has passed right down into his wonderful family. Now, you really better take a listen, because this album is going to knock you out, Duke Four Tops. Here they are, folks, the Stubbs Girls.
It's Cheetah on the beat.
No, baby, it's not gonna. Ain't gonna help me now.
Oops.
catch On the Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, where she'll be interviewing the finest artists from the past and present, garnished with quality music. So that's On the Sofa with Esther each and every Sunday between 8 and 10 p.m. GMT, right here on LN Soul Radio, where Neo Soul, R&B and chat lives.
Okay, good night, ladies and gents, and see you on the other side. And if you want to sponsor a show, because I'm looking for sponsors for this particular show, if you want to advertise on the show or even in my magazine, just DM me for more information. And also, always remember, no matter what, follow your heart, follow your dreams. This is Esther Austin on the Sofa with Esther on LN Soul Radio.